Before we get into some of the specifics, sort of a general opening question. Are we experiencing a new surge?
We are. New York is actually having their fifth surge, and the entire United States is in a surge. It is not easy to see that if you're following the media because we're not talking about it at the level that we once were. There are a lot of other things that are going on, of course, to compete, but we are absolutely seeing a surge. What we have right now is increasing rates every single day in the United States. And we know we're underestimating more now than we ever were before because more people are using antigens at home to test than we've ever seen before. So even our 46% increase rate in the last 2 weeks is probably a very, very large underestimate of how much COVID is out there.
Yeah, well, one of the things CDC suggested was that communities and individuals should begin thinking again about mitigation efforts like masking and vaccine. Is that something that communities should begin doing?
Absolutely. There is zero harm in putting on a mask. And so when you do that, you are protecting yourself and you're protecting those around you as well. If you're in an area that is closed, and particularly if you're in an area where you don't know the vaccination status of everyone. However, that last statement I just made probably is even more important to move past now with Omicron than it was with Delta. We are seeing more and more people get available to get Omicron more than one time. And we're seeing that more than we've ever seen with any other variant of COVID-19. So other people's vaccine status is super helpful, but not as helpful as it was in previous surges of COVID-19.
I'm going to pass to Av and Phil in a moment, but one more opening question here. And just as an observation, I was at a college graduation a couple of weeks ago in a location with a relatively high community spread. Most of those places are in the Northeast. And I think my sister, who's a hospital pharmacist, and I were about the only ones wearing a mask. Very, very few. I was surprised, actually. I felt like I was wearing a sign that said, "I'm not from here," because I was wearing my mask. The news on boosters is interesting. I know that some people have been playing sort of a booster waiting game. I got my second booster as soon as they were available. But I know other people that have been saying, well, there's going to be a surge in the fall, and there might be one in the winter, and there'll be stronger boosters. Should people go ahead and get their fourth booster now, or wait to see if a stronger, more targeted booster comes out?
Yeah, so if you're fully vaccinated and you've already had one booster and it's been at least 5 months and you're over the age of 60, to me, you should absolutely get a booster right now. The data for those who are 50 to 60 who don't have an underlying condition is less persuasive. There is really no harm in getting it, but you do need to recognize you're probably going to need another one in the fall. And a month ago, I might have been more interested in saying you could probably wait, but I think that need to wait has stopped. We see cases going up so much that at this point in time, it would be a useful thing to get a booster. Recognizing the more primed your immune system is, the less likely you are to have a hard time if you get COVID-19. And that's ultimately, we have to consistently remember, ultimately, that's what these vaccines are for, to make sure we don't have people die or really have severe disease with COVID-19, which is still possible to happen